Hello farmers and welcome back to Pallegney, just taking care of the weeds in our wheat field that we planted in last episode. We are in the month of October and the month of October is almost over. I got a little carried away with the time scale again. The rain came and I said, fast forward time, and next thing you know, it's 5 o'clock in the evening and here we are. But I did get the small grass field fertilized, and now one of the Franks is fertilizing the big grass field. And I think they're just getting ready to do the headland. Not much of in a rush. I'm not going to cut the grass again this season. It's not ready for harvest, but it will be in November, but it'll be in the shorter harvest stage. And I'm just going to leave the grass until next season. So that means after I get done weeding this, well, it's time just to, I guess, move on through the winter months. I'm going to count November into that this time. Don't plan on doing any contracts. Since I got almost $500,000, which is a good amount of money, but it's also not that much. In Farming Simulator, as we know, you can spend money pretty quick, especially when you don't have a harvester and a very good seed drill or planter. Or even a third tractor. A third tractor would not be bad either. That's what we're looking for in the used section this upcoming winter. One of those would be great. 2 of those would be awesome. 3 of those would be just probably amazing. But I had amazing winter before here where I bought a good amount of equipment. I think I bought 3 things in one winter once. But that was when we needed just about everything. So the odds of at least getting 2 things were pretty good. Getting 3, though, we're still pretty slim, but we got lucky that past winter. I want to say that was like in year 2, somewhere around there. But anyways, as of for today, what we'll be doing is getting all the way to the spring months. And since all 3 of my fields, after I get done weeding this, are all set, it's just pretty much coming down to the grass fields. But we will have some work to do through winter. We got to sell the flour, which, as we saw in last episode, it might be a little tricky getting it out of the grain/oil mill, but I think it'll be okay. And we will have silage bales that we got to put through the BGA also. So I don't know how much money I'll get from flour, and from the BGA, I'll probably get like another 70,000 from, actually probably more than 70. I think I had quite a few amount of bales in this last harvest, so maybe 80 or 90,000 from the BGA. Overall, we'll just say like $120,000, $130,000 between the flour and the BGA, but you know, time will tell. And speaking of time, it didn't take me that much long to get these weeds taken care of in this wheat field. Again, we have planted wheat here. We got canola in the field to our left, and the one closer over to the bigger grass field that has mustard in it. So we should be able to harvest all 3 fields in the same month. So if I don't own a harvester and we lease one, we'll just have it for, I think August is the month that it looks like all fields will be ready at the same time. All right, let's get our John Deere AR put away along with the weeder. I'll turn off the lights. And yeah, the worker can continue in the grass field. It doesn't matter. When I speed up time, it's not like they're getting paid by hour in-game. It's by hour in real life that matters. I mean, they will get paid by the hour in-game, but it's not going to be that extreme because it does go by real time. But they do get paid by the hour in-game. I probably just made that way more confusing than it needed to be. But that's what I tend to do sometimes. Anyways, the sale page. Oh, okay. Now this popped up. I was ready to say there's nothing in the sale page. But now we do have a animal trailer, which, well, I don't need. Because we got rid of all the goats. And I don't plan on bringing any animals into the series. At least I don't think. You never know if a mod comes out. Who knows? Maybe we'll get some ducks or something if a mod like that comes out. Do I need a fast forward time anymore? Probably not. But we'll just make sure. Check the store again. Well, we got a header for the TX32. But I'm kind of hoping for a bigger combine than that. But we do got ourselves a header already. Yeah, we'll sleep till 8 because I can fast forward time. Not that big of a deal. And again, we're not really doing nothing in November either, I don't believe. Rise and shine. Yeah, the grass field's going to say ready for harvest. And the sale page has... Oh, can this also be the autoloader? Yes, it is. So, I don't know if this is the exact trailer, but I don't know if it was from the selectable bale mod. But here we go. Here's our first 10,000. So We'll mark this off our list. Auto load, yes. Or no, I want to turn that off. Enable auto load on. Because I think there's 2 auto loads on this mod. I don't know if it's going to... if that's the case, I'm not sure if the universal auto loader is going to work. So I'm going to leave that off, but the universal auto loader is on. I'll be able to configure it later on if need be, but it is 10,000. What kind of tires we want on there? BKTs? Of course we want BKTs on there. Why wouldn't we? And extension. I don't like the extensions too much, especially when it comes to universal auto load. That may get in the way of it. But let's go ahead and just buy that. So there's one item. There's a trailer that we kind of needed. So that kind of worked out for us. Let's jump into the John Deere. We'll actually go up to the store and we'll grab that now. Because I will kind of need that when I take the bales out for the BGA. Or I may just do what I did last time, which is just have super strength turned on and we'll move the bales over. Because, yeah, it's not taking the bales off the trailer itself. And the trailer, I think, is too high for the BGA to take them off that way, too. So I can't auto-unload them off the trailer, and it won't take them off the trailer if I just drive over the trigger. So I'll have to put them in there manually. Well, I mean, that's one item. Not the, you know, that was like the least thing I was worried about. But, it is something that is on the shopping list. I don't have anything else up here to move, do I? Nope, everything has been moved out of here. Didn't know if I had any pallets or something that I had purchased and I have moved yet. This would have been a good time to pick them up because, well, we have the autoloader. Yeah, I'm going to say this isn't the exact trailer because when the update came out, the selectable bale mod was not compatible with 1.7 when it came out, and I still had the trailer after the update. But then, of course, the selectable bale mod was updated to the recent patch, so now that's why it is now working again. So I think I had the base game trailer. Still, it's the same exact trailer, just that this is the modded version of it. I'll know if the universal autoloader is actually working. I think if I drive past here, I should see the pallets flicker. Yes, it did. It flickered, so the universal autoload is working. I guess I'm going to just park this trailer probably where the dairy was. Best place for it. And we'll leave that here. How is my worker getting along? Sometimes the worker gets stuck on the bridge area, but right now it seems to be getting around. Not sure why it didn't spread digestate down and around here. What are you doing down there? Are you sure? Do we know what you're doing? Do you know what you're doing? Maybe that's what I should ask. You know, it's spreading digestate, so I'm just going to let it do what it does, and we'll hope for the best. Although it did spray digestate there, but I don't see where it says it's double fertilized. Why is it showing... Oh, it's not going to fertilize it because it's in harvest stage. Well, yeah, let's not. Okay, well, it got most of the field done. That's on me. That's 100% on me. Can't fertilize a field when it's in harvest stage, even though it's not in the full harvest stage. Well, I'll save myself on some digestate, I guess. Not big of a deal. Boy, in the early part of the series, that would have been a little bit of a heartbreaker because every, thousands of liters of grass led to silage, which led to, of course, electricity, methane being sold. Luckily, I am partially rich. think I lost track of my months as well. What month I harvested the grass in. I thought it was still in the growing stage, but it's in the harvest stage. But then I did say at the beginning of the episode that it would be in the harvest stage, and I just completely forgot. All right, so with all my fields being done, do I want to do any contracts? Unless a really high-paying contract comes up. I'm not going to bother too much with it, so let's fast forward time just a little bit, and new contracts should come up. And no plowing contracts. Those are usually the big ones I'm looking for. I don't own a plow, but I would lease a plow. You know which one. But it's no plowing contracts currently, so let's fast forward time till later in the day. Well, it's really too late to do contracts now. What do we got there? Well, that is a shallow cultivator. Don't need. All right, we don't need any of that stuff either. Boy, without the goats here and not checking on animals, I feel kind of naked in a way of, like, I should be doing something before I go to bed, and there's nothing. So December could be the month to sell flour. December/January. We'll see what the price is. It's going to be sold at the small farmer's kiosk, of course. And what do we got? Well, we got ourselves a harvester for beets, which we don't need, and some remainers left over. Let's see what the price is for flour. $8.11 and rising, and that's at the small farmer's kiosk. If I do it at the best price, I should get about $50,000. So our 20% bonus, that's 10. So I should get about $60,000 worth of flour being sold. And yeah, the grass is not going to be ready. Oh, it would be ready this month. All right, let's fast forward some time here, and we'll double check on some prices again. So there we go. All that grass that was in the shed is now said to be silage. And where is the flour? It says the price of flour is not going up anymore. At least that's what that says. Let's double check it here. And if that's the case, we'll go get the flour first. Small farmer's kiosk, $8.29. I mean, that's pretty darn good. So let's go get that flour. And again, if we get to the month of March and a harvester hasn't come up for sale, a tractor, or a planter / direct drill, then we can always buy one of the fields right over there. I don't want to spend all the money just in case a harvester eventually does come up for sale during the upcoming season. So I think until I get myself a harvester, I'm going to try to keep at least probably 200,000 in the bank account. Should have gone the other way and took the shortcut, but this is the way I guess I'm going. Maybe I just want to make sure the small farmer's kiosk is ready to be receiving some flour. I may actually have to make 2 trips. Throw on our LED blinkers, our beacons. Don't know if I should call them beacons when they're LEDs. Yeah, someone did ask, excuse me, I still have not found I think it's the last collectible. I think I got 6 of the 7. But from what I do know is the last one I'm looking for, I guess it's laying on the ground. So I would assume that it's like in one of there's like village areas around this map. It's got to be like in one of the driveways or the backyards. It's laying on the ground somewhere. And I really haven't been out looking for it. Only because I don't really need... I mean, always need money to a certain point. But it's not like I'm desperate for money right now. Wait until the next thing comes for sale is a used harvester and takes all my money. And then a tractor shows up as well. And I'll be short like 5,000 and be like, oh, that collectible will be worth something now, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. Alright, so this grain / oil mill, I like that I can do both the grain and the oil, but getting the pallets could be a little tricky, especially with an articulated trailer. And this could cause me some problems getting in here and getting back out. Oh boy, I thought there was a lot of room when I looked in here in last episode, but man, there is like no room here to do all this. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can use super strength, move things around, but yeah, not as much room as I originally thought. I thought I could take a tractor in here and easily turn around. Well, that's not going to be the case. So, yeah, like a tractor, not a tractor, but maybe even a telehandler in the future is something I would need. And of course, we're going to get a lot of flour and oil in the upcoming years. I did get asked, you know, what is the purpose of the series? What is my end goal? I don't really have an end goal. The only real thing about the series is we can only buy from the used section only. We don't really have, like, get to this point, get to that point. Just get to a point to where, you know, maybe I'm just not having as much fun on the map or the series or what have you. But we'll see how far. Boy, I got a lot of flour in here. And how are you going to get out of here? Well, I think it's going to be super strength and move the trailer around, because I'm not going to be able to back up an articulated trailer. And, wow, I'm getting way more flour than I thought. Should be only be about, what, 60 pallets? At $800 per pop, and we got like $50,000 worth. That sounds to be about right around 60 pallets. But they just keep coming on out. I think that's all I can hold. Wait, is that like 28 pallets I can hold? 29. I think I'll throw a couple more on there. No? Okay, well, I mean, you were by the door, and you did hit the button for the door. I think that's why sometimes modders put into where the door being open is, at least on PC, is the hotkey is the R key. Because they probably know a lot of us may use super strength. So when you buy a door and you keep hitting the left mouse button to move stuff, it's going to open and close the door. Alright, open that door again. There are straps here. Why can't I see? There we go. Get those straps on. How many more pallets do I have here? I got 9 more pallets to spawn. I need to move my tractor around. I thought I was going to have space to move all this stuff. Probably the best thing I could get would be the flatbed for the pickup truck. No, the semi autoloader. And I could back that in here, and that would probably work out best. You think you're going to be able to whip this all the way around? You got another thing coming there, farmer. That's not going to happen. All right, let's... No, stop. Just stop with the doors, please. All right, maybe go on the other side of the trailer. Get the back end kind of over here. Nope, can we not tip over the trailer, though? And do you think the trailer's going to straighten itself out to get out? No, I don't. But it may. Except you did put a box of flour, or pallet of flour, too far over the edge. Alright, so we're finally free. And yeah, let's go earn, well, you would assume a little bit over, I would say probably close to 35,000 liters, $5,000 from these 32 pallets. So this is the way I should have came last time. This brings us out to our large grass field. Crop should only be in the first growth stage, so if I accidentally cut a corner too short, shouldn't destroy anything. Well, I haven't tried since the update for the map if I can actually smooth out this road. I've been picking maps lately where the roads just get really bumpy, so it looks like the roads here in Pallegney, the side roads they slow you down quite a bit, and then I'm also kind of getting close to the end of Riverview on the live streams, and the dirt roads there are really bumpy. See if I can fix up this road. At least that way when I come back here, it won't be maybe not slowing us down as much. There we go. All right, let me go into construction mode. And actually, you know what? Maybe I should try it where I did before. Although I won't be able to see too well if it did change it over. Got to go to here. And I'm looking for dirt gravel. No, you still can't paint over where the tire tracks are. But I suppose I can put in dirt gravel here. So maybe this is going to be a little bit more stiffer so I don't sink in as much. Do I need it bigger than that? Ooh, that might be a little bit too much. Hate to change it, but it's bogging me down quite a bit. So hopefully this helps out by putting in different kind of soil. Just be careful when you're painting between farmlands. You don't want to accidentally get your cursor into a field and just ruin all that crop you planted. All right, so how does that do? All right, now it seems a lot better, but I don't have a heavy load on there either. Yep, should be fine. Yep, go over the crop a little bit. We'll see when we come back with the next trailer. But I guess in a way, leaving the tire tracks there is not our tire tracks, but the looks of where the road kind of is. Leaving that there is not. I can deal with, live with that. So we're up to a half mil. So by the time I sell the rest of the flour and we get the silage into the BGA and that gets converted over, we should be almost up near 600,000. But yeah, this trailer and John Deere getting pallets out the grain mill. I mean, as you can see, it does work, kind of. But at the same time, it doesn't. Yeah, stood in here this last episode thinking, I got plenty of room. No, you don't. Actually, since I'm going to move it around anyways, trailer's empty, we'll just push that over, and that should load up a good amount of those pallets. Bales. Thinking ahead of the side of those bales already. Yes, I am. This is probably where a skid steer would not be bad. Nice short little vehicle. Come in here with that and take pallets outside. Why aren't you loading up a second tier? What seems to be the problem? Don't make me come back in here. Well, when all else fails, I had the same problem today on Riverview with my autoloader causing some issues. So let me save the game. I'll come back in, and that should hopefully reload. And just like that, I think it grabbed most of them. Did it grab them all? Ah, it did grab them all. Perfect. Turn on super strength again just to help me. Nope. Move that back here. Alright, I'm free. Now let's go sell these and we'll see how it works in our road. Now with all the weight on the trailer. Moment of truth. Yeah, you can see we're easily keeping up momentum and speed. All right, another 27,000 in the bank here. Actually, we'll say 28 because I was $1 short of 28,000. All right, let's get down to our shed, and every bale should be able to be coming out, and we'll plop it out into the BGA. And then with no animals to take care of and no production buildings to micromanage, it's pretty much just wake up in the morning, check the sale page. Go in the evening, check the sale page. Go in the morning until we get to March, and then we'll, you know, when March comes around, I'll have to figure out what to do at that point. I don't think I'm going to use the JCB to John Deere and the trailer to get these out because I'm just really bringing them over to the side here. And, yep, bring them on out. We'll wait to fast forward time a little bit until I get this nice and full. Oh yeah, I'm also looking in the sale page if the selectable bale mod spits out the bale wrapper that I used in last episode too. Because that thing wraps 3 times as fast, I think, compared to the base game wrapper. I feel like I'm doing the hokey pokey with the bales. You put your right foot in, you take your right foot out. You put your right foot in and you shake it all about. And then it takes the bale on you. Alright, BGA, I guess, is now full. So we'll put this at times 360 for now. Okay, maybe 240, because I can't do this fast enough. And it's going to get dark. Alright, maybe even 120. We're up to 550,000. Oh, can't have the flashlight on and use super strength at the same time, it looks like. I'll tell you what, let me just get these all loaded on in. And then I'll see you when I am done putting them on in. And then we can see what we get up to money-wise and check the sale page. Getting down to the last few bales, and yeah, we went past another hour. And yep, we are up to 600,000 in the bank account. And of course, after this gets processed, we'll be even higher. All right, that's all the bales. That's all she had. That's all she wrote. It is 10 o'clock at night. Let's check the sale page. What do we got here? Well, another header, but I already got one. Thank you very much. So nothing there that we need. And let's fast forward time a little bit more. So we're up to 642,000. Who needs to go to bed when you got that kind of a thing? Well, another header and a silage fork, which don't really need. So welcome to January, since I have nothing to manage. With this stuff, wait, what is that? Oh, that's a all right, want to slow down time? That's a little bit too fast to keep track of what's going on. That is a header for a forage wagon, forage harvester. Well, a 9RX, which is way bigger. I mean, I am looking for a used tractor, but that is just a little bit maybe too big. And yeah, would take half my money, which is okay. I think I still had enough money to buy another harvester if it came up for sale, but yeah. And horses, no thanks. All right, let's go to the morning of February. And no surprise there. Just things kind of disappearing, but nothing new. Another header, which I don't need. Well, all right, we're getting ready to go to March. And what do we got in there? A telehandler. And a selectable bale, which I don't really need. But yeah, telehandler. That would work for the grain mill. And as we kind of discussed, the attachments for that, I think we will probably be able to buy those brand new from the store. Trying to find those in the used section would be kind of difficult. And really, I'm just going to be using this at the grain mill. So I think tires like... where are they? Yeah, Michelin tires like that would be good. Rim color does not matter to me. All right, we'll buy that. And while we're here, yep, we'll go to the used section, telehandler tools, and we'll get ourselves some pallet forks. Anything else I should be getting? Maybe better ones, but no, I think these will do just fine. So yeah, the grass field is still ready for harvest, but it's not it's got one more month. So that's going to have to go to April. And yeah, since I really have nothing to do here, I think we can go on to April. Because my fields are all taken care of. So let's fast forward some more time here. As for doing contracts, not interested. I just kind of want to get to where I do work in the springtime. Another baler. Alright, so still nothing. Check at midnight. No, still nothing. Alright, let's get to morning. So my grass should be ready for harvest. And in the sale page, what the heck is that thing? Oh, that's the vegetable harvester, which not going to do. Not going to do. And although that baler, I could swap out my balers because this would be able to do larger bales. Oh, but I don't actually have the wrapper for that yet. I was like, that'd be good. I can make the larger bales, but the wrapper I have will not do the bigger size bales, so that's not going to help me out. So that's fine. So our grass field should be ready for harvest once again. I say once again, but I mean, I haven't cut it since like last September. And here we are in April, so yep, I guess I'll be doing that. Let me fast forward until 9 o'clock. We'll see if there's any good contracts that are available. See, what do we got right now? Some hoeing contracts, yeah, not the greatest, and so on and so forth. Yeah. Let's go grab our telehandler. I don't think I've used this telehandler yet in 25. I mean, I suppose I could use this both moving bales around from the shed to the BGA if I want to. So for right now, I think I will bring it to the farm because I really don't need this until like next fall or slash winter when I'm going to be moving pallets around. Yeah, I was going to buy a field, wasn't I? Well, we can see what those farmers planted and see if there's anything there I would want. But I still don't have a harvester, so I would like to get a crop that would be ready for harvest in August, if possible. Just notice that most of my equipment is in the shade of green. Deutz John Deere, and this is a, I know it begins with an S. Senneboygen? I have no idea how to pronounce that. Now actually, I'm going to park this down in the bale shed. Oh, the one thing about parking the bale shed, when I come through with a trailer to unload the bales, it would be in the way. Well, I'll move it when it comes time to that. Did you want to park it that close to the wall? No, I didn't. Then why did you? Happened by accident. Alright, let's park that up there. So, I mean, we did get ourselves the auto-loading trailer. That's good for the bales. Telehandler wasn't really, it was on the shopping list, but that was kind of like it's more of a toy than something that I really needed, but it'll come in useful. So, what did they plant in the fields over here? Oh, did they, red beet, really? And this is sunflower, I do believe they planted. Didn't they had sunflower in that last season. Field 31 has nothing? I do have a planter. I could plant soybeans this month, right? Sorghum. I could even plant sorghum. My planter does sorghum, does it not? I think it does. Planters, sorghum. It does. How much for field 31? Although I did see that it needs to be plowed. Wait, what? There we go. It needs to be plowed. Does have a stage of fertilization into it. Doesn't need lime, though. Does need to be plowed. Field 31 is 93,000. It is now ours. So, yeah, go through the red beet. I will need to plow it, though. So let's go into the store. Double check the sale page just to make sure. Yeah. Where are we for plows? Plows. And yep, we'll get this. I will get the 12 meter wide one just because I can, because I got the John Deere. And we'll lease it. And there we go. So we'll plow that field up. And then we can get a worker planting some sorghum into it while I am cutting up the grass. So I'll have a tractor, I guess, planting in it, and I'm short a tractor. Basically. So when I cut the grass, I do like to have a vehicle behind me to bale. Well, small problems. But I still have $474,000. So, yeah, just making room for a harvester, which we did not get lucky on this past winter. And again, for harvesters, we're looking for something in the horsepower range of... I think this is one that we lease, so 449 horsepower. I'm not sure if this Fendt and Massey Ferguson would be able to take care of our header that we have. Actually, I'm going to say no, it won't. I used this Fendt on Riverview with a 13 meter wide header, and it kind of struggled in some cases. So, and the header we got is, which one did we find on sale? Oh, wait, was it the base game MacDon? That one right there. It's a 15.2. So yeah, the 13 meter wide and that Fendt / Massey Ferguson harvester struggled a bit with a 13 meter wide, so it's probably going to struggle with a 15. So yeah, I'm going to at least need a harvester like that case with 400 horsepower in it to run the header that we have, ideally. But anyways, our canola is looking good. As, you know, what would you expect? And it looks the same as the mustard. These are actually different crops. But yeah, there's the canola. There's the mustard. Hopefully when it's fully grown, it does look completely different. Well, not completely different, but there is a telltale difference. Because right now they look the same. And of course we got our wheat field over there. And yeah, we'll plant sorghum up there. That way we can put more sorghum into the grain mill. Let's go up and visit our field. But at least we can come up through here. Have to wiggle around our fields a little bit, but that's not too bad. Will I be able to harvest sorghum in August? I think sorghum is October. Yep, needs plowing. Sorghum is October, is it not? Sorghum. Oh no, if I plant that in April, I can harvest that in August. Well, that all works out, because everything else should be in August as well. It's all coming together, kind of. But yeah, there we go. Through the winter months, yeah, we got some stuff in the sale, but not the priority stuff I was looking for. But you know what? We got until August. Maybe another harvester or a harvester will come up for sale, and hopefully it's one that we're looking for horsepower-wise, and it's in our price range as well. But we did get one field added to the list also. But we'll get to that next time. But yeah, that's what we're going to wrap it up for today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Pallegney. But until then, have a good one.